To Miss Amon Productions. Today we are going to be looking at your prehistoric vocabulary words. The first vocabulary word we have is prehistoric. This means history from a time before written language. So prehistoric refers to any history before language was written down and before there were written records. Often, the records that we find from prehistoric times may be cave paintings or artifacts. This brings us to our next vocabulary word, and that is artifact. An artifact is an item used by people in the past. In our case, it's an item used by people very far in the past. The third vocabulary word is agriculture, that is farming or growing crops. The next word is nomad. Nomad is a person who moves from place to place, particularly to follow the animals. So many of the hunter-gatherers during the Paleolithic period were nomads, and they moved from place to place following the animals. The next word is trade. Trade is an exchange of items between two or more people. The next vocabulary word is domesticate. Domesticate means to train plants or animals to be useful to people. This was often done in the case of animals with cows, so that way we can get milk from them, with pigs so you can get meat from them, with sheep to get wool for clothes, or with other large animals so they could be useful in plowing the fields. The next vocabulary word is an archaeologist. An archaeologist is a person who studies the past by examining ancient artifacts. Often they are digging up the artifacts and then in order to examine them so they could tell us about life in ancient time periods. The next word is hunter-gatherer. This is a person who hunts animals and gathers plants and berries to survive. So hunter-gatherers would have been the people during the Paleolithic time period that would have been both hunting and gathering their food. The next vocabulary word is Paleolithic. This is a time period when people hunted, gathered, and moved from place to place following the animals. The last vocabulary word is Neolithic. This is a time period when people farmed, raised animals, and lived in small villages. This time period is very close to ours in how we live. It's a lot closer than Neolithic.